Welcome to Wine Dine Combine, where the world of wines unfolds right before your eyes. Today we have a special guest. We are welcoming Francesco Mazzei from Italy. Francesco, thank you for hosting us here at your first international restaurant outside of UK. And the name is Francesco Mazzei, based in Corinthia in Italy.
Yeah, Francesco Mazzei at Villa Corinthia.
At Villa Corinthia.
Specific, because I'm very proud of this, you know.
We met last time at Secret Garden place, and this is your second restaurant at Villa Corinthia.
Yes.
Now, can you give us like a brief concept of the place?
I start with the Villa Corinthia, then the Secret Garden, which of course we differentiate the offer. We are on a more kind of fine dining here at the Villa Corinthia, and the Secret Garden we have the fun element. So the menu is simple. You have like a grill, you have like lovely fishes, you got beautiful pizza, but there is an element of fun. There is live music, there is entertainment every night, and the place, the garden, the Secret Garden lends itself of a party place really. So there is another offer, right? Imagine a 5-star hotel with the fine dining element, and then the fun place, which is the garden, which we never really used that much before. We used to have a restaurant there before, but this year, with a very good marketing strategy, I have to say, we did really put the Secret Garden back on the map with the celebrity, music, talents changing every Wednesday night, every Saturday night. Actually, it's my favorite place in the summer to be, because you know when I come in Malta, I don't have time to go anywhere. I'm busy cooking, and then sometimes I get a little break. I go to have a pizza, enjoy the music. And you know what? I love it. I love it. It's a bit. It feels like a bit like, you know, and it's got a bit of a slice of Italy there with a lovely Maltese flair. And after that, I decided to take the lead of the overall offer on the F&B between afternoon tea that we did change now, and also we're gonna launch soon a Sunday lunch menu. So yeah, lots of great things. But yeah, I mean, we try to differentiate overall offer. The only thing I miss, Secret Garden, actually, is it closed during the winter, which is a shame. We should cover our party place all year round.
Oh, but that's great, because you're putting the luxurious place in front of the normal people, you know, everyday people, quick lunches, quick dinner, family dinner as well, you know, and you were getting that family vibe from Italy, from Calabria, here in Malta.
Well, you know, my friend, those days is quite, you know, those days is tough for everyone. I mean, the world is going to different routes all the time. So we try to give a really great 5-star experience in this luxury setting in a quite affordable price. I mean, you can have a small pizza for 15 euros or stuff like that, but also is you can come here at the villa, have a bowl of pasta, a glass of wine. We don't mind, but I just want you to have the experience, and most of all, we want you to come back.
Auto menu is launching.
Yeah.
You are presenting a lot of white and black tartufo, which is in season right now.
Yeah.
You modify your dishes. You are launching a new a la carte menu as well.
Sure.
Maybe you can mention something about that. What is the idea behind it? What will be the dishes, more or less? You know, we will keep something for a secret, but.
Well, there's no secret. The thing is that Italian menus sometimes are very difficult to change, because you know sometimes people comes back for that dish. For example, we have a dish in the menu which is Sardinia seafood fregola. It's an Italian dish with Maltese fish. That dish is untouchable. The antipasto di mare is untouchable. We cannot change. People travel to that dish, and we did change a couple of times, and we got complaint from people say, "Oh, I'll travel all the way from." I don't know, Mashalok, which is famous for fish, for that dish. Why is not the menu anymore? So we have to be very careful. But we have to change the menu sometimes, you know, just to give it to the regular people something new to choose. But when it comes to November, truffle season kicks in, and we are Italians. Imagine a life without truffle. We're terribly boring, you know. We need to have a truffle on the menu. But you know, there is black truffles go one price, white truffles go different price. So white truffle could be up to, I don't know, £50 for a dish, or 50 euros or more for a dish. Black truffle is more affordable. So what we do, we'll have a white truffle menu, so dedicated to white truffle only, and then we'll have black truffle available. For example, we got this great dish, which is one of the most iconic Italian dishes in the world, which is the carbonara. no? But not with Parmigiano or Grana Padano. Carbonara with pecorino cheese, with guanciale, black pepper, and we're shaving black truffle on top, which is becoming one of the signature dish. People loves it so much because it's a classic dish. Everybody knows about it, but we do a little bit of luxury on top, which it doesn't gonna break your bank. It's not gonna be 50 euros, it's gonna be way less. But people still enjoys the classic with a twist, which is the black truffle.
When we are talking about your favorite wines, you mentioned that Valpolicella di Pasto is one of the wines that you love, and also Gavi di Gavi, which we are drinking today.
Yeah, Gavi di Gavi La Scocca is one of my favorite wine since ever, and of course it's in all my restaurants on the menu. And I know the family, I know the story, I know Chiara Soldati, which she makes this beautiful wine. It's many years. And it has to be part of my menu. And you know what? Crazy enough, despite what people will say, I like my Gavi di Gavi with my Togliini with truffle. You believe it or not? I mean, we are chefs, you'll be crazy in terms of taste. I don't like when people say, oh, has to be red wine. Of course, why? I mean, Piedmont, white truffle, Piedmont, lovely tagliolini, egg pasta from north, tagliarin. It works incredibly well, and it gives that kind of acidity which cuts through the buttery flavor of the dish. And for me, it's perfect combination. I mean, exactly. As I said, we are chefs. We think with this sometimes.
You need to be bold with wines as well.
I mean, listen.
It will be boring. The world will be boring if you don't taste.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not gonna force you to drink my wine. I suggest that's the way I love to eat. That's the way I like to pair between food and wine. If you don't like it, well, there's a full a la carte you can choose from. But of course, as a chef, what I suggest is try with it and see what you think. And 99% of the case, they go with my recommendation.
So today's dishes are paired with your wines as well. So
that's the idea, yes.
We are pairing two dishes with two wines.
Yeah.
Yours?
Yeah, also Ripasso Valpolicella Zenato. Very close friend with Nadia Zenato. I've been in their cellar every year, and my dream one day will be to have a barrel with our name on it. Imagine I have a wine. Imagine I have a Ripasso Valpolicella with the Villa Corinthia by Francesco Mazzei on the barrel, and we can have our own wine. That's my dream. So you should come with me, and we can crush the grape and make it the wine. I mean, I'll be very proud. And I share the idea with Nadia. She was, oh, we can do that. But we just need to make sure that we can drink a lot of wine because the bar is quite big. It's a called tonneau, it's quite big, so we need to do it.
Don't worry. I'm at the barrel as well, as you can see. So.
And this wine is a perfect match for the carbonara with black truffle, which I told you before. And I'm sure you're going to taste, and your feedback will be very welcome to see if you like the idea or not.
Thank you. So let's talk a bit about your journey and your roots. So you were born in Calabria.
Yeah.
You were born Calabrese, so-called. So and you started very young, at very young age. You started working. Was it a pair of jeans that was on your mind? From your story. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I mean, I started when I was 8. I come from a humble family. We were 5 of us. And of course, Dad, Mom, they had enough money to send us to school, to feed us, to travel, but they couldn't spend like €100 each for a pair of Levi's jeans or Nike shoes. So I wanted to be cool. So then I asked my father, saying, oh, Dad, I want to buy, if I had to buy for all of you, I don't have money to send you to school. I don't have money to pay for your travel. So you have to find a job. Of course, it was a joke. But I took it like, oh, okay, I'm going to ask Uncle Giuseppe if he give me a job for the summer so I can buy the Levi's jeans. So I went to my uncle and I told him, listen, I want to find a job, I want to work, I want to make ice cream, because he had an ice cream shop those days, because I want to make some extra cash for the summer. And my uncle said, yeah, of course, you can start tomorrow. Of course, he was joking, but I did start the day after.
You showed up at work.
Okay, I came on time. At work. Of course, Mom was not happy, Dad was not happy, too young, but I just did a few hours during the day. And then at the end of the summer, I did bought my Levi's jeans. I did bought my Nike shoes. I was very proud. And that's where it all started. But of course, when you're young, you don't realize how tough this life is. So by the age of 13, 14, doing this every single summer since the age of 8, I said, my God, everything I'm going to do, but not to be a chef, and not to be in the pastry, not to be in the kitchen environment, not to be in on this industry. That's all. No way. But then, there was a guy. He came at the right time. at the right moment, at the right place. And I remember I was doing this ice cream for him. It was an ice cream with the sorbets, ice cream sorbets, fruit and fruit jelly, which used to be served with a spoon and a straw. It used to be called mangia baby, so eat and drink in Italian. And I did present this glass to this guy. And the fortune or the misfortune was that this guy was a famous chef in the area. And then when he finished this mangia baby, he called me at the table. He told me, guys, what are you going to do when you grow up? I don't look at him. I said, everything but no a chef. And the guy looked at me and said, oh, really? This is a shame. And I said, why? Because you're good at it. So now you tell me at the age of 12 or 13, who's going to tell you that you're good or bad on doing something? Maybe your nonna, your father, your mama, probably not, because they want you to deliberately go to school and study. So the make a story short, bloody hell, this guy told me I'm good. And these things was turning in my head every day, all the time, and stuff like that. And then I decided to put myself through the catering college. And I became a very good chef. And then, of course, I did my career. I traveled the world. I'm still traveling the world. And I made myself a name thanks to that guy. You know, and I have to thank him. Because if it wasn't there at the right moment, at the right place, I wouldn't be here now talking to you.
You mentioned that you're honorary citizen of Tropea.
Yeah, I'm an honorary citizen of Tropea. Yeah, one more award which I really keep close to my heart. I mean, when I started this job, I worked in Michelin-star restaurants many years, 5-star hotels, and then I find myself at one stage that I was missing something. I wasn't really happy with what I was cooking, the route I was following, and I said, I'm gonna start to do a mama cooking with the chef hands. So the first thing came to my mind to say, how am I gonna do this? And I started to promote the ingredients in the food of my own region. Many years ago, Calabrian wasn't known for food, was known for different things, which I'm not going to talk to you about this kind of thing, you probably know. And then I was the first one, tried to introduce Nduja to the world. I did this pizza for Pizza Espresso in London, which has been viral. Nduja now is everywhere, even though they call me the king on Nduja, you know, which I'm not sure I like that. I did the same with the bergamot. I did the same with the licorice, still Calabrian. And then I did a fantastic job for the Tropea onions. The famous onion, which is red inside and white inside. Cipolla rossa di Tropea. I did so well that the mayor those days, the mayor of Tropea gave me like an honorary citizen for the movement I create for this bloody onions. And you believe? I mean, what you can do with the onions, you know? And that's why I'm an honorary citizen of Tropea. Really.
So, which dishes of Nduja you're pushing here? What are you preparing here in Malta?
Well, I've got the famous tortelli with the Maltese ricotta. You know, how do you pronounce that? Bayonet ricotta, small one.
Bayonet?
Yes, no one. Sorry, I don't want to pronounce it wrongly. And we stuff this beautiful tortelli with the brown butter and sage. And it's one of our signature dishes, probably the best-selling dish. It's so popular that we got this dish now on our banqueting and party menu as well. And then when we get some good fresh scallops imported, we do scallops with Nduja salsa verde. And then when we do like a simple spaghetti with tomato sauce and lots of beautiful fresh Maltese basil, a dash on Nduja, and then we toast the pasta with some Parmigiano Reggiano. I mean, many dishes, but and sometimes we just serve like on a beautiful bruschetta, and that's the best. Sometimes it's the best way.
That's what I love about your menu now, because you're merging local ingredients sourced from Malta with ingredients sourced from Calabria and elsewhere.
But that's the key. I mean, very close to Calabria. We are in the Mediterranean here. There's a lot of similarity. Extra virgin olive oil is beautiful here. The fish are amazing here. Rabbits are beautiful. When we find the right pork and lamb, which sometimes is tricky to find, is also something great. And sometimes we sometimes, as much as we can, we try to collaborate with local farms. So for artichokes, fennel, rockets, strawberries, lemons, as much as we can to make sure that it's kilometro zero and it's local. Sometimes it's difficult, I have to be honest, but when you get that smell, when you got a bunch of basil coming from the farm next door and you make your basil out of it, it's a pleasure to work with these ingredients. It's a real pleasure. It makes your life easier. You know, quality makes your life easier, especially on my style of cooking.
Let's go back to the Rome. You started in Calabria, and then you jumped to the Rome.
My girlfriend, she's now my wife, she was studying in Rome. So I went to Rome and I applied for this beautiful hotel called the Grand Hotel of Rome, which is still, well, it's not there anymore, in Piazza Repubblica. It was one of the most beautiful hotels. So I had zero hope they give me a job. So after 2 days, they called me for an interview. And I got the job, and I went to that kitchen on a Monday, on January, I don't remember the day now, and go out of that kitchen at the end of May, the same year. No days off, all day long. Night and day, night and day, night and day.
Factory.
All these old chefs, old style, no written recipe, just knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. So you have to catch the knowledge by yourself. They will not give you a recipe because there were no recipe. It was just on the blood. Everything was on the blood. And then after that, I started to be a bit more freedom. I was in charge of a few sections, and then I became a sous chef. I was very young. I was 22, nearly 22. So the GM, one of the GM, Mr. Daniele, I still remember him. He called me in his office and said, "Listen, we are very happy. You're doing a great job, but you have to do a good career now. You have to learn English. You have to speak in English." I said, "Why? I don't need that." So no, you need that. So we're gonna send you to London for 1 year, and then you come back to work with us. We give you a better position, and you'll be fluent in English. And I did so, but that was a mistake for their side, because when I joined London, when I went to London, they sent me to a place called the Dorchester Hotel, which was one of the most amazing experience of my career. So 150 chefs in one kitchen. And that was a dream kitchen. It was not 7 days a week work. It was only 5 days. You had 2 or 3 nights a week free. So imagine me coming from that background, cooking like a hell, like a million hours a day, go to a normal lifestyle. I said, this is a dream. And the salary was better as well. So I'm not going back to Italy anymore. That was the thing. And I stayed for 4 years. I stayed in London for 4 years, and then I left, and then my career had a blast, and then I started to travel.
What enticed you to come to Malta?
I got a contact from a guy, said, "Listen, we know the Corinthia group. They're looking for someone come in Malta as a consultancy." And I said, "Malta? Never been to Malta." I said, "Why Malta?" I said, I wouldn't really consider it because I didn't realize that. So what they did, they flew me, they put me on a flight, and I asked my head chef, Simone, which was also free when I sold my share my restaurants. One of my head chefs, Simone, let's go to Malta, let's spend a couple of days, see if you like the place, and maybe we'll have see what happens. So we came here, and as soon as we walked through that door, got this beautiful building, which is the Villa Corinthia. I was like, wow. I was supposed to say, this is beautiful. This is amazing. I can do my cooking here. And Simone, my chef, said, wow, this is amazing, chef. I mean, anyway, to make a long story short, it was done a bit in a hurry. Say, let's do a pop-up. Let's do 6 months. See how it goes. I was free. Simone was free. Simone was happy to be the resident. And for me, it was easy to travel because I was in Calabria. I mean, I can swim here, basically. I was spending time in Calabria with my mom. The flight from Calabria, the direct flight is like 40 minutes.
Takes longer to wait.
Exactly. So I said, let's try. I mean, it's been an instant hit. I mean, it was packed from day one. Maltese people receive it so well. Foreigners, there's lots of English people coming as well and staying here. Because our popularity in UK, people used to see me on TV in London and then they follow me here. And then I find the guest ad in my restaurants in London, come in Malta. And I couldn't believe the link. Of course, there's a strong link between Malta and UK. And these customers used to come here. So imagine our simple Italian food go in the heart of the Maltese people, but also our popularity from London, UK, bring the British people to eat here, and it's been an instant success. But not just in terms of popularity, also in terms of business. The business model, it did work. And now it's nearly 3 years that we are here.
So Francesco, you cooked for royalty, for celebrities, for many people, but you also cooked for your own family. So what is the service that is mostly nerve-wracking? What is something that gets you mostly nervous? Cooking for family or for the...
No, cooking for my mom. She's bloody pain. She's never happy about anything. The king was easy compared to mom.
Your mom is watching this now.
No, making me laugh because we grew up with this very strong mentality, strong connection, strong link with the food. So we are Italians, we are the population. Probably Maltese is the same. We have in lunch thinking what we're gonna have for dinner, which is very strange. What else has happened? And we have rules that we will never change. Sometimes it's boring, but it's their rules. And I love this. It's like a religion. You don't change your prayer, you know what I mean? And so if, for example, if we do like a Sunday lunch, we know exactly more or less the dish that's gonna be on a Sunday lunch. I mean, the various dish, and not every single Sunday is the same meal, but those dishes are for a Sunday. Other dishes are for a Wednesday, other dishes are for a Thursday, which I find fascinating. One day I should do a menu on that, what I used to eat in my family every single different day, you know? And I find this fascinating. I actually find this refreshing. But, if you go out of the rules, then is a trouble. Why did this? Why done that? Even a meatball. If you use the wrong bread, which is not the dry bread, which has been done there, it's been kept in the dark for 4 days, meatball is not the same. As soon as they buy you find a shortcut, yeah. So you shouldn't have done it. I said,
you bought the breadcrumbs.
Yeah, now I've got my son is 15, and I've got my auntie, Zia Maria, which she made the most amazing meatball in the entire planet. And I think I got the recipe right. But my son is the taster. Every time I do meatball, he tries, says, Daddy,
It's not like Tia.
And I thought, really? We're nearly there. Because you don't find the same ingredient in London anyway, so because it's also matter ingredient. The herbs, they don't have the same smell, let's be honest. But, you know, and I find this fascinating. I think this, wow. That's why, I mean, you well-known chef, you top chef. Sometimes even for the royalty or celebrity or stuff, they know you're top chef. And then at the end of the day, more or less you can go on with flavor and taste. With your family, you cannot. Because they used to that bloody flavor. You cannot change. You're not allowed to change. That's why I find, I'm not saying stressful because it's not stressful, don't get me wrong. But it keeps you with the feet to the floor. That's for sure.
How did it work in UK? This is the question.
Incredibly well. So far, I mean, since L'Anima days, I mean, don't get me wrong, we are top chefs. Techniques are techniques. You cannot, you know, the way you cook, the way you braise, the way you store, the way you blast chill, the way, even there is a rules you have to follow. But if I cook this kind of food, I give you to my customers the taste of my family, the taste of my life. So it looks like they've got more access to me with this kind of food than something else. And I like this thing. And also because where I come from, Calabria, as I said to you before, is not known for. It was not known for food. Now it's getting better and better. I mean, when I say was not known like Tuscany for food, was not known like Piedmont for food and wine. Now it is, and I think I did contribute a little bit using this style of cooking that I'm adopting now. When I say Mama cooking with the chef hands, is not necessarily fine dining, but it's also not necessarily rustic. It's the food I like to put on my plate. It's the food I like to eat myself. That's why it works, I believe. I mean, my menu, it is a big focus on Calabria, but my food is Mezzogiorno area, which is like the settentrional, the southern part of Italy. But of course I make the most amazing risotto. I make the most amazing tortelli, which they're not Mezzogiorno style, they're not Calabrese. I think of myself a great interpreter of the Italian gastronomy. That's what I think I like to describe myself.
And I'm sure you're asked this a lot, but what's your favorite dish?
Well, I mean, yeah, quite a frequent question. I love good food. I love seasonal food. I love top ingredients. And I keep saying to everyone, my sophistication is no the way I put things on the plate, decoration stuff, but what I put on the plate. So the best olive oil, the best tomato, the best basil, the best pasta flour, the best of the best. And that's what I think I'm good at. My dish cannot be necessarily good looking dish or nice to see it, but they definitely tasty. And that's what I think is makes me happy.
Because that's how you won the hearts of the guests.
But it's Italian cooking, you know. I mean, 3 ingredients, you make the most amazing dish. 4 ingredients, You make the most amazing dish. And this power of Italian cuisine, you know. And everyone can cook Italian, could be good or bad, but everyone is accessible. Yeah, if pass me the word. Even though extra virgin olive oil is very expensive, but is one of the pleasures of life. You need to have it, you know.
So Mezzogiorno, apart from being a part of the day, it's also a name of your book. So it's your first book that you published?
Yeah, Mezzogiorno is the name of my book, but it's also the name of my new restaurant as well, which I'm opening in London. It will be called Mezzogiorno as well. And Mezzogiorno is a document, I believe, that it explains about the culture of cooking of the southern part of Italy. If you see my book, every single recipe, there is a small story. Explain why and how and because we're doing this kind of stuff. And that makes me, again, quite proud that I can really show people that they can do this kind of cooking without being a top chef, without being like a super skilled, just simple, great ingredients, put on a plate with love, and then you will enjoy it.
What is the single best compliment that a guest gave you? Or a celebrity or part of the family? Did your mom ever tell you, listen, this is, that's the dish you cook?
Not for food. She told me many times, I love you, but not for the food. I mean, a lot of compliment. And
something that touched your heart, let's say.
Something touched my heart when I go on awards. You know, I'm Cavaliere del Lavoro. I'm an OBE. For Italians, is the best thing. I got this award from Mattarella, which is the president of the Italian Republic. And once, for the coronation of King Charles III, he flew to London and he came to eat at the embassy. And the Italian ambassador, he called me and said, can you come and cook for the Mattarella? I said, of course, that'll be my honor. And so I did cook and stuff, and at the end of the meal, I went upstairs to have a photo with them. And Mattarella told me, that was probably the best compliment, not just for me, for the entire Calabrian community. He said that I couldn't believe that Italian cuisine could touch this level of finesse. And that was probably, I still get goosebumps now. I mean, look, and that was the best compliment I had, because Calabrese cuisine is not known, it was known for being refined. It was rustic, real, bold flavor, strong. And that was probably the best compliment from the president of the Italian Republic. So after that, I got this award, this OBE, Cavaliere del Lavoro, for what I've done for the knowledge of Calabrian cuisine around the world. So that was probably a very good compliment, right?
Since you put so many hours in the kitchen, so many hours in the restaurants, is there something that still surprises you about food? Do you get surprised often, even if
I get surprised every day. I'm learning every day. I mean, really. And then the world, our world of new techniques, new idea, technology helps big time. The way we keep our food in our fridge, the way we control our fridge, the way we control the movement of our fresh food to the table is fascinating.
New ovens that you can cook different temperatures under there.
Yeah, but most of all, the safeness of the food from the suppliers to your table. I find it exciting, fascinating. I can really give the best quality food to my dish like I will give to my kids or to give to my family. And that's really fascinating. And then you always learn something new, even from your commies in the kitchen, from your, sometimes we got lots of foreigners working with us now, and sometimes I ask them, why don't you do stuffed meal? It could be a Chinese guy, it could be a German guy, it could be a French guy, it could be an Indian guy, and do their own food. And we love this because we understand, oh my God, I never really matched cinnamon with the star anise before, which is a fantastic combination, for example. And then you learn this kind of thing. And sometimes cooking Italian, you can probably play. Of course, you don't tell your mom, but you can play with it. And it works incredibly well. And this is why this world of chef is fascinating. You never stop learning. And this keeps you going, keeps you young, keeps your longevity in terms of being a chef. And that's probably the best part of my job.
And do you cook a lot with wine? Do you prepare food with wine?
Only where is necessary. That's for sure. I like to drink my wine. I don't like to cook with.
That's for sure.
Okay, a great brasato al Barolo, of course, you're doing with the wine. There is a recipe, but it has to be limited. The good wine has to be drinking. It's not going to be used for cooking mainly, if that makes sense. You know how long it takes to make that wine? Years. So, just
all the fruits of labor imported in one bottle of wine, it's amazing. I mean, we are trying to...
There is dish like saltimbocca alla romana, where I'm using a dash of white wine, a bit of marsala, the vongole, of course, which I like. Yeah, a few dishes, but sometimes it gets overused without a reason, really.
What's next for you?
Holidays.
New restaurant, new book, or you go?
I'm working on. I'm opening new restaurants in London in a couple of weeks. I'm working on a new book. That's for sure. I'm doing a lot of charity works that people doesn't know about it. Around the world, I do something in Cairo. I do a couple of charities in London. I'm helping people in south of Italy as well. I do as much as I can to give back, because I've been very lucky on my career, on my life. So I try to give back my luckiness in terms of lifestyle, in terms of my professional life. And I want to keep cooking until the rest of my day, until my last day, because it's been a passion. It's been a thing that they gave me everything I have now, including my beautiful family, and I want to keep cooking. Sometimes when they ask me to do an autograph for my book, I always say at the end, keep cooking with passion. Everyone can cook. Everyone can cook. Even so, people say it's different. Even though you're going to make a bruschetta with olive oil, everyone can cook. And I think cooking is also therapeutic. You know, chaos at home, go and buy some ingredients, please yourself. Buy a nice bottle of wine, go home, open the bottle of wine, put some wine with you, sip it, and do a dish. And then you eat and enjoy. Spend 2-3 hours. Listen, I'm sure you know professional chefs don't do this every day, but once a week, do for yourself. It's a therapy. People go to the spa, you do this. You'll be happy.
Apart from probably new book coming, new dishes coming, what will be the new dishes in your new menu? Can you surprise us with something apart from tartufo, or you said all before?
We going with the classic. We're doing a new dish with fish, which usually is a local fish. Sometimes when the weather is not here, it's not good to get. Got this red snapper, which is poached in a lovely light stock with some veg, and then served with the creamy Maltese mashed potato and the salsa verde. That's one exciting dish that it's got beautiful balance between the fresh of the fish, the sweetness of the potato, and the acidity and the crunchiness of the salsa verde. Because the way we do salsa verde now is like a brunoise. It's not just blended. We chop by hands all the ingredients. It's got a kind of crunchiness, the kind of consistency which makes that dish very special, and is 80% Maltese. With an Italian touch, of course, salsa verde, which I think will be a big hit on the menu. Well, I hope so, because I like it.
What would you pair with that? Which wine?
Definitely with the Gavi, the white wine, La Scocca. Definitely with that one.
Would you try it with Greco di Tufo, maybe?
I would try with Greco di Tufo as well, yeah. Good aromatic, but there's lots of aroma, lots of
complexity with it.
Complexity, floral elements. But I love a good Falanghina, I have to say. For me, Falanghina is the wine I have to drink like that, as an aperitivo, with a few olives, with a bit of fritto misto.
You have it by the glass here, so
we do by the glass.
You can try that dish.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I remember I used to drink Falanghina in my early days when it was Mastro Berardino in Calabria. It was very popular. Same like Fiano as well. Great wine. And Greco as well. All these three wines were from Mastro Berardino family. And then Torredora, which they were same family but different style. Great wines and perfect for this kind of dish, perfect for spaghetti vongole, perfect with crudo di pesce, and for our antipasto di mare, that's for sure. In Calabria they were very popular, because those when they were very popular, there was not lots of wine making Calabria. Now Calabria is booming. There is a wine like, even my brother does beautiful wines, which they're going to be on my wine list up here. But definitely London now, and then there is other family do some beautiful, fantastic wine and value for money. which is good, which is very good.
Still unknown, still, like for example, the local variety Gallioppo, which is quite robust but still medium-bodied red wine produced from the variety. What would you suggest to have as a food with this one?
With Gallioppo?
Yes.
For Gallioppo, Magliocco, it's quite bold. I mean, we have great culture of pork in Calabria.
Oh, no? That I love.
The pork chop could be a lovely porchetta, for example, dry, lots of aroma, lots of garlic, lots of rosemary. It cuts through nicely.
You're doing something here with.
We do on a Sunday. We do porchetta here. Now we do a bit of carving here on a Sunday. We create this menu. Maltese love it, and we do like there's a set lunch menu where you can choose your main course, and there is a carving, or you can choose from the menu. And I think it's a great idea. You go on the pasta to share, and then you go this the pasta dish, because of course we are Italians, and then you can go to the carving and get as much meat as you like, and then of course the dessert to finish. But for the carving, the Magliocco, which is going to be a great variety, is a great companion. Then of course the Ciro, which is made with similar grape and stuff, is also a great addition to the menu. But there is some orange and some rosé wine that Calabria is famous for, which I'm trying to import somehow. You know, it's quite difficult sometimes with custom, and let people know more about Calabria wine, which is, if you think about the first, it's a great story, the first wine or the first Olympiads in Greece, they used to have a Calabrese wine called Ciro. And there is also another great wine called Greco di Bianco, which is a sweet wine that nobody knows about it. So the Calabria still got a lot to give away in terms of wine. A lot
is actually very similar. It's one of the descendants of Sangiovese.
Yeah, very similar. So you've been studying, right?
No, definitely. I mean, the wines are my love, and passion as well.
Good.
And I remember that Nero d'Avola was very popular in Calabria as well.
Very popular. But Nero d'Avola has been very popular all around the world. In the 20 years ago, I mean, Nero d'Avola we had a big, massive. But I remember I used to have a restaurant in Bangkok called Falabella, and the only Italian wine, affordable Italian wine we could have was Nero d'Avola. And of course you had Sassicaia, Dornellaia, the Solaia, the Tignanello, all the expensive bit you had it. But the value for money wine was the only one available, Nero d'Avola. It was very popular.
Do you often visit the wine tastings? Do you upgrade your?
I've got big team of sommelier, but as much as I can, yes, it's very important. It's very important I try that wine with my dish. But the boys, they usually do an amazing job without me being present. But if there is a wine I taste, I go blown away from, I ask my sommelier, go to the wine, taste the wine, and if you like, put it in the menu. And it usually works. Because, chef palate is always a bit, how do you say, you always know this knowledge about flavor and taste and combination, because you know exactly what your dish is, and you know exactly the match that wine will bring to it. It usually works.
Francesco, we saw you making fresh pasta today.
Yeah.
And what are you cooking exactly?
Well, I'm going to do two dishes today. One is going to be tagliere with truffle, but the first one we're doing is a spaghetti carbonara, the classic, with the little twist, which is black truffle on top. Okay? So the first thing we do, make sure there is salt boiling water, which is a key for making pasta. And I'm going to cook spaghetti. What we do,
so while the pasta is cooking, you're gonna prepare the sauce?
Yeah, we prepare the guanciale. Now we're gonna make this, lose the fat over here. It's going to be quite oily. Yeah, we lower the temperature down because we don't want this to be bitter. It has to be just nice, and the fat has to melt and the guanciale has to become nice and crispy. That's the key. See, when I say simple things are most difficult to make, because you have to follow the rules, yeah? Look how much fat. Look. That's the key, yeah? This is now losing a lot of starch. You can see the white part. That's very important for our pasta as well. Yeah?
That is what will thicken the sauce.
Correct. Of course, but there is eggs and cheese there, you know? Quite a bit. So what we're going to do now, remove the guanciale from here to there. Yeah. And what we do now is this. Very important. Ready? And one more. Okay? Keep this on the side. And make sure any fat in excess goes back in. Yeah. Now, next step is this. I would say more or less same ratio. 70 grams, 70 grams. 3 egg yolk, 70 grams pecorino cheese, all together. And we mix it. Yeah? Yeah, create some cream. Good. And now, cheeky enough, black truffle. Yeah? Grated. Yeah? No shaved, grated. Tiny weeny bits or more black pepper. So we leave this on the side. Now, we check the pasta. Couple more minutes. Okay, look. Get the pasta. So, very important, it absorbs, yeah, this flavor here. You see? So the flavor is now, yeah, absorbs the starch. It's going to release, and it's going to have this kind of emulsion with the fat. Yeah. And now the magic. Yeah.
That looks amazing, chef.
This is the way it should be. Okay? With this beautiful guanciale and our crazy touch, which is not truffle shaving, but grated truffle. On top, and this is the carbonara on the menu. So, simple dish. Tagliolini al tartufo. Again, salt, boiling water. Yeah. This will cook in really a few minutes. So what I got here is some butter. Okay. Some truffle butter. We made this with the leftover truffle. Okay. A bit of extra virgin olive oil. Pinch of salt. Bit of pepper.
Chef, when you're talking about ingredients, do you believe that all the truffle oils on the market today are genuine, that they don't experiment with chemistry?
I don't think you should use truffle oil at all. It's nothing to do with truffle. And also, even if you make your own one, yeah, you can make your own one, but it's not gonna taste like truffle at all. Just tiny bit. So
just infusion.
Make your own butter if you want. Infusion is fine. And then when you got something as powerful as this, white truffle, do you need anything else? Come on. You don't need it. You don't need it. And sometimes things about truffle is a bit overused. So keep it simple. Again, that's what you get. Okay, look. Start to fry a bit. The pasta is cooking nice al dente. As before. Yeah? Pasta water. Yeah? Okay.
Did you count the spoons?
No, really. You can tell, right? Look, this is what you need. Okay? And the same story. This has to cook a little bit inside here. And then you do this emulsion again. Okay, and now you add more pasta water on it. Pull this aside. Look. When you got this kind of level, everything off. Now, tiny bits more butter, a tiny bit more olive oil. Okay. Again, black pepper. Then you go good around with cheese. Okay. You see there's no fire on the bottom because we don't want this to stick. And what you do, just an emulsion, really. Keep mixing, mixing, mixing. You know, just keep mixing. Then you check if you're happy with the quality of the sauce you got there. If not, you do add more cheese. Yeah. So you have just right balance of creaminess to it. See? You need to have this kind of liquid element. If you're not happy, more olive oil, because you need that kind of emulsion to it. Okay. And to finish, we're going with this beauty. Which is tartufo bianco. That's your dish on the menu. So we should try.
Let's try.
Right.
Begin.
With this pasta. I mean,
It was freshly made just a few seconds ago.
oh yeah.
A bit of sauce and a bit of truffle.
elegant. You see, with this pasta.
I need to thank you for having us here today.
Pleasure, man. It's been an absolute
Our
pleasure. Grazie.
amazing
Hope you enjoyed.
experience.
Thank you. Keep it simple, man. Simple is the best. It's the Italian way. Obviously, carbonara, 3 ingredients. Tartufo, 3 ingredients. And you're the best
Gavi di
food.
Gavi, Valpolicella ripasso match perfectly.
Do you like the match?
Good match, chef.